Where? Right, so also, because we have been running really bad today, very nice that we've decided now to spin a 10x, which I think is well deserved as well, frankly, isn't it? So that's nice. Okay, we didn't call with 7-4 suited, probably bottom the range. We could maybe go for a fold against the opponent if we think they were super tight, but gambler's key seems like a reg of some sort, so no problem. I'm going to try and log into... The nice thing is we don't have any blind levels. It's just 10 hands. So I'm going to take my time, log into Twitch. Thank you for your support. This is our first 10x on GG. Yuris, are you multi-tabling Twitch? Is that what's happening here? Let's go ahead and bet this. Just 2-pair galore for us. 5 for off, not really in our opponent's range. We have a hand that can bet call anyway. Obviously, building a pot when an ace comes is cool. I think check turn. A hand just looks like the hand it has, but like I'm okay with the hand looking like the hand it is. Not a bad hero calling hand for what it's worth. So I don't normally call these spots because I just feel like they're a little bit under bluffed, but like at the same time, I think I should call some of the time here against a guy who's played 17,000 games and a guy who's played 11,000 games, and the ace is just going to be good for us, right? Blocks hands that would not bluff. So blocks hands, yeah, makes it more likely he's bluffing. Such as now. So I'm happy with that. Let's limp here. If you are a subscriber, you get an extra ticket, doubling the chances of winning $10 from 1 in about 5 to 1 in 2.5. So good time to sub is all I'll say. We'll check again. We think gambler ski. We don't know, but they might have some tendencies. Going to check river. Don't think it's a spot we want to try and get value. A lot of area to bluff. I think he's going to value bet 7x anyway. We think he might min bet before. Bets 2 BB, so reps the 2 now. Now it's a little closer. But again, like our plan was not to fold this hand. If we fold this hand, we're just batshit over folding. So we're not going to fold. But okay. Credit to Gamblerski. Credit to Peter Temezi. They both have shown bluffs so far. And credit to us for not pressing fold. Well done for being the only current giveaway winner. It's actually quite close. So I want to fold that for reasons, but... Oh, wow, okay, he's a proper high stakes guy. We check in range here. Okay, start with a call. So last time with the 5-4, he didn't go, and he only bet the river, basically. Little 6 of diamonds comes, we'll check here. It's not a lot of, let's say, hands that can check call 3 streets from us. Could be this one. I think here, I'm tempted to go for a little bluff. I think he's got some 2x, so he's got some showdown. I think he keeps betting his 9 and 4x. So I think a hand's worth a value bet. I think it's actually quite a good hand that we could check call as well, but I think it's kind of cool to go for a bluff here, especially given the kind of dynamic of the game, where he definitely has 6-5, 6-3, 7-6, 8-6, all pure calls. And I think our hand looks a bit bluffier than it looks value bluffable, if that makes sense. Min-raise jam. Good for our ICM. Take the second place. Would we take second place is offered now? Don't know. Probably not, no. Definitely not. What am I talking about? This is just a fold. Ace king and queen 10. King for the river. No luck, Peter. Sorry to Peter. Actually, pretty marginal spot, and I'm actually going to fold. I actually think it is one of those ICM spots where it's like we have to be so careful about this, and they can just relentlessly bully us. Even though it doesn't really exist ICM, in very rare situations it does. And I think marginally under VPIP in blind v blind in that sort of spot is the spot to do it. So the nuts, king 8 with the king of spades. Jack 9 will be a call, 6BB, blind v blinds. Got to flick it in here. Okay, we're ahead. We're ahead. We're ahead. It's that sort of day. It's that sort of day. Okay, very nice. We're in the money. We can call or raise. I think both are fine. I'm going to start with a call. Probably more calling with this hand. And this is just one to fold, in theory. Gambler's Key, I think it's just a good reg, basically. I'm not trying to, like, overly, let's say, exploit them. I think they're quite balanced. I think they've got a couple of tendencies we can try and be aware of, but it's not going to be anything I'm going to be, like, super specific about. And also, not something that I think is also really needs to be specific about, because it's not like a, oh, they have a bluff when they bet this sizing, is not going to be the case. Queen 3 of clubs, nice check call, nice hand to check call turn with. We have got a lot of check call, check call, check folds, but Gambler's Key, we have at least shown ourselves to be a bit capable of following through. This is close now, if we want to bluff or not. And I know it sounds weird, but like when they check turn, full of air. So, I'm actually going to go for a block bet here. We are protected a little bit because we have 4-5 full. They have never have 4-5. We have hands like Jack 3, Jack 6, which might min bet this. They, at best, have a hand like, we're going to go, basically try and take advantage of that and go 9.5 here. A little bit sneaky, but it's basically trying to take advantage of the fact that he has, at best, Jack 3. And I don't want him to thin raise a 6 or a Jack and win. So I'm pleased we got a quick fold there, by the way. It's a little kind of bet bluff thing, but it's because we can have so many more value hands there than our opponent can. But I think our opponent is capable of either bluffing there, but more realistically, I think thinly value betting there because of how a hand looks. So I think it's great that we don't just click call there, but we actually consider rebluffing. The snap fold makes me lean a little bit more like, oh, he's just messing about, maybe. Maybe. But I could be wrong. Not folding turn here. This will be, again, massive overfold, which is cool, and then decide what to do on river. 3/4 sizing. Don't know too much. Bad river for us, maybe. Maybe. Hard to see him giving up with stuff, but also hard to see him having that much air in this range here. Well, we need to have like 5-4. That's it. That's it. And even that's a bit debatable, so I think we can just comfortably get away here. Definitely don't want to try and win every hand. King 10. We're going to check this one back. Could also ISO. Start with a check. We'll go for a check call with the backdoor straight working for us. The 10 and the king being very live as well. It's going to bet rate, probably just limp stab range. Most regs will do on this kind of board. It's going to be cool anyway, but like typically when you add tendencies, it gets better with this hand rather than other hands. Donkable turn, but probably not with this hand, to be honest. It's close though. Like we are quite close to bottom of the range, and so that could be a hand that we want to donk. Where it's just like, yeah, we have outs, but like they're crap. I think we can just check this though. I mean, we can try and make him fold a 5 or a 2, but I don't think we're in that kind of... I don't think we have the image yet. So I think we just check and hopefully win. And we do win, so works for me. We'll go for limp with ace 4. I think we'll check with his hands. Ace of spades, I'm more inclined to bet here just because we have better equity. We have some equity, right? Backdoor straight draw working for us as well with a 3 and a 2. Backdoor flush draw, but the backdoor flush draw is weak. Like 4 spades is weak. So it's not great, you know? So I think we'd check again. River calling sometimes. A lot of 5x in his range. We know he potted last time when he said he had trips and we potted. He now goes 3BB, which he might view us as a bit stationy, a bit splashy, maybe. All right. I'm tempted to call there, but I think we just have better hands, obviously. The 4 spades feels like a particularly bluff-heavy candidate by him. 4-2, 4-3, 6-4 with a spade would be like, oh yeah, I've got to bluff that. 10-4, 8-4, something like that. So we'll start with a check with 6-5, check fold. Probably want to take some spades and ideally something which has a bit more interference with the board, doesn't just block the folds. It's pretty chitty. And honestly, and this kind of ran out, I'm not interested in bluffing with his hands. We have enough 8x, we have enough 9x to pick from. We don't need to pick 6-5. 8-2 with a club or something we can try, but yeah, I'm just going to fold. We also have a nice enough showdown, I think, where it's like he's not going to just relentlessly just pure bluff there, and he is uncapped, I mean, in that situation. We'll try min raise a 9-7, so our first min raise of the game. We get a snap fold. Obviously, we're in deep stack, we should have a lot more min raising, but we haven't really had the hands to pick from yet. We've kind of been working a bit on rags. We'll check with Jack 10. Can ISO sometimes. We'll check with Jack 10. Close. I think at like 12, we definitely check raise and just commit. At 20, or what are we, 21 BB? Not so sure we want to commit with this hand yet. He's shown a lot of tendency to like limp stab and give up. So I don't know. It feels to me like he'd be game flow wise more compelled to want to go bet. And we also have a hand that's very good. Checks turn 8. Okay, shows to be honest, yeah, some tendencies, but I won't try and overstate them. We'll limp the queen 3. We'll fold the queen 3. It's going to take an ISO. I think we're, given the game flow wise, I think we have been fairly relaxed with our ice swing. So I think it's good. He did snap limp, which makes him more polar, I would suggest. Snap calls flop here, pre-flop. Not a great board. Going to start with check here. Probably a hand he expects us to bet mainly, a flop to bet mainly. So like we're repping like 9s and queens, which is fine. We can definitely rep on later streets. If he bets, I'm just going to let him have it. 2.5 as well. He's setting up a turn jam, so you win, mate. If we had the queens or whatever there, it would have been more awkward. Try limp with queen 5. Want to bet somewhere. I think the suits are great here. Having the queen and the spade. Sorry, having the spade and the heart are really good for us. So I'll choose to bet this one. We'll obviously fold if he check raises, which he will do a decent chunk. But not always, right? And so like we're okay. We want to have some bet folds there. Choosing hands which at least reduce the potential which they'll check raise, which is going to be a lot of backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draws. Having that 5 of spades is fantastic. The queen hearts is good as well, like connects a lot, so makes sense. We'll check back the 9-8. Flopping a gut shot. Just going to go for a min bet. We can have a lot of trash here, like 3-4, 4-3, 5-4, 6-3, 6-4. The fact we get a fold there is great when we have those hands, which we have pure, like combinatorially wise, massive. Yeah, certain tendencies I'm considering. Okay, we get the snap jam. Try main raise with queen 8. Can also limp as well, but board comes jack 7-2. For similar reasons why we see bet in the other spot, I'm going to see bet here. We are going to generate a decent amount of folds. If he's got a hand like king 5 of diamonds or 10-6 of diamonds, or not a lot of offsuit combos, which is obviously something to think about. But I think we definitely have barrel ability quite nicely here, and on this turn especially. So I think we can go something like 3.5 and then just give up the river and feel very comfortable with that idea. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay, we're going to fold. I think it's likely a spot we'll over realize with our bluffs. Our value's just set as jack x plus, 9s plus, whatever. We'll check with the 10-8 of clubs. We flop an open ender. We expect to go bet check. Not raising. Again, he's been not over bluffing turns. It would be lovely to hit a queen here and just have him over bluff. The king comes, which is probably the other card he might over bluff with. So we'll check and let's see. Do we want to be an absolute hero? I think we'll try. We give it the opportunity, I think. I was gonna call a river bet there, ladies and gentlemen, but 10-2 isn't going for it. Don't know if it means like 8-4 or whatever isn't going for it either. We have some showdown. I mean, we win the hand, right? Which is great with 10-eye, so we'll take it. Gambler's key definitely, I think, isn't over bluffing in some spots, to be clear. Let's bet the jack 5. Just gonna check this one now. He wins. Bet swap there, so that's something to think about as well. We'll check the 8-5. We do want to ISO some hands. We ISO'd last time with 8-5, exactly the same hand, funny enough. Okay, I won't. My main feeling is he's over limp stab. Okay, I don't want to go too in depth here, right? Because a lot of this is also speculative. I'm going to try limp with 7-5. I think he's going to start, like, gets to the 10 BB, he might start ISO jamming a bunch more as well. Yeah, let's go a bet. We've got a backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw working for us there as well, which is nice. Check. First check we've seen in a long time. No, maybe we have seen some checks. Maybe I'm overstating that. Yeah. 11. Possibly could. I'm gonna give him room to jam. Checks. Close hand again on flop. Like, benefits of betting, just deny equity. Benefits of checking, of course, if you don't get check raised and like get into an awkward spot, especially you can check raise jam turn. I think we'll check here. We want to realize the full package of a hand, let's say. He snap checks here, which I'm typically going to weight him away from Jackis and 5x. We'll start with check again. I don't think he's the most bluff happy type, so I think our showdown's realizable. Not a great river, to be honest. Like 6-7, 9-6, 9-4, 10-4, 8-4. Does he bet all his 3x? All right. I think he wins this a decent chunk with some 2x here for what it's worth. Wow, okay, nice. Cool. Definitely hand he could have ISO jam. So the fact he didn't ISO jam at that hand made our limp bad. He's probably going to under ISO us a little bit. We're going to jam this hand. He's been limping, V-pipping plenty, so it's going to be a sensible ISO jam by us in terms of EV. Now, if I was him and I'd saw ace-10 off limped at this stack depth, I'd be take a note and I'd be a little bit like, oh, okay, we need to be slightly careful. He might just be playing a sort of standard pre-flop strategy. That's also possible, especially with the speed of which he's clicking and the fact he's probably playing 100 tables. Honestly, we may be completely overstating his thought process in this situation. Let's go for a small ISO with 9-7 off, given that we've been really patient with our ISO strategy, that we want to pick up some, I think. Dynamically, if you can ISO a bluff and then get a value hand a couple hands later, it does help. Queen 7 is close. I'm gonna let it go. Ace 7 we gotta go with. Wish us luck. Limp with the Jack 4. Okay, ace Jack 5. Just gonna go ahead and bet this. Don't want to bet range bet it, but like I think it just simplifies our life a little bit more in terms of how defined a hand looks when we check there. It's like, oh, he's got Jack 4. It's kind of the hand you kind of like, oh yeah, that's the hand. He's got min raise. Unusual. Very unusual gambler's key. Snap min raise as well. It wasn't like I considered it. It was just like, I min raise this spot with this hand. We'll jam Queen Jack off here for 9 big blinds. We're in the shallow stacks now. We got called by 10-9. We're ahead. We need a king. That is a king as we requested. Thank you guys. Just like that, we've won the 10x. Woof. Very intense game that was, wasn't it? Happy days. Thanks for watching. If you're new here, this is the new Team 651 Spin and Go channel. I think you're a winner for making it through this far of the video. Perhaps not quite as monetarily a winner as I just was, but a winner. We're both winners. Just one of us won more money, but we're both winners. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, or dislike and unsubscribe.